Hello and welcome back to On the Daily. I was just in LA for the weekend and got to see some friends, got to see some family. I was very, very much reminded that I am so happy that I do not live there anymore. Nothing against LA, nothing against all my friends and family, but it was just one of those moments where you're like, wow, I really made the right decision to move to Texas. Like there's just something about being in Texas that my like central nervous system is so much calmer. I felt my anxiety rise the moment I landed in LA, and there's just a lot of, in case you don't know about like energy and frequency, like the frequency of Los Angeles is just like insane, and if you're sensitive to energy you feel it, and I felt it as soon as we land. I looked at Breezy and I was like, oh my gosh, everyone has crazy energy here. So it was really nice to visit, and also really nice to come home. So I am back in Texas, and I have a few things to share with you today. Number one, let's talk about the 12 days of D that's been happening. We are, oh my gosh, we're like 7 days into it already. It's crazy. Or 6 days into it. I don't even know. Maybe 6. We're 6 days into it. It ends next week, which is a week from today, on my birthday, December 20th. And every day there's a different offer. So we've done like $44 master classes. We've done Voxer support for a week. We've done bundles. There's more to come, and it's very exciting. So make sure you're following me on Instagram at Danielle_on_the_daily. You can see every day. I'm going to post the offer, so you can always see which one is current and live, and there's always a link. So make sure that you're following me there and watching my stories. Also, we are currently enrolling for the next round of the Quantum Leap Mastermind, which I'm so excited about. I love hosting masterminds. I love being in masterminds, and this mastermind is so good. It is, I don't know, there's just something about it. Like last time we did it, people started full on businesses and like had a retreat. Like one of my clients launched an LLC, started her business, and threw a retreat, like all within the 12 weeks that we were inside of the Quantum Leap. So that was powerful. People like quadrupled their income. There's just a lot of really powerful things that go down inside of there. Like even like physical changes, like somebody was able to like hit their weight goals, their fitness goals. Like there's just a lot that goes on in there. And so what is a mastermind? It's basically a space you can enter and you can be part of the conversation. So it's not just me you're hearing from everybody else involved. And it's really awesome because you really get to A, give support, but B, you get to receive it back. And, from not just me, which obviously I will be in there. And I do hot seat coaching once a week. We have group hot seat coaching calls. So you get me, you also get everyone else. And it's just a really powerful space. Like if you have if you're out, like your life, if you're surrounded by people who are not going where you're going, or you feel like the energy is constantly being sucked from you, I cannot recommend enough to get into a mastermind, because everybody in that space is going the same direction you're going. And so the conversation is just really rich and palpable. And I just wish that everybody could be having the kind of conversations that happen inside of masterminds, inside of coaching containers, inside of mentorship. Like it's wild. It's wild how different the conversations are. So we are enrolling for that. December 15th is the last day to get it at the pre-sale price, which is $2,777. You can also pay per month. We have payment plans. And that will include the Voxer Mastermind as well as hot seat coaching calls throughout. They're bi-weekly hot seat coaching calls, which is awesome. So you can click the link in our show notes to snag a spot in that, or you can go to my website at daniellemccleary.com and you can click work with me and you'll see all of the ways to do that, including the mastermind. You can register from there. So I'm so excited about that. Okay, I have a finance tip Tuesday. Everyone else does finance Friday, and I've just decided to do finance tip Tuesday. Okay, so December is the best time to invest in something. Why, Danielle? A, it sets you up for the next year. You know, there's so many people that go into the holidays and they're like, you know what, I'm doing nothing else. Call me in January, which like I can respect that. I really can. But you should be now is the time you should be figuring out like what you're going to invest in for the next year. So if you're going to invest in a coach in 2023, if you're going to invest in a mentor, if you're going to invest in the Quantum Leap Mastermind, now is the time to do that, because all of that investing that you do in December counts for your 2022 tax year. And as a business owner, you want tax write-offs, because that's how you don't pay as much in taxes, which is the reason why you start a business in the first place. So December is a really good time to do that. That's a big reason. If you are a coach, now is the time you should be booking up your 2023 mentorship. So I have all of my 2023 mentorship spaces full already. Like they're already full, at least until June. I might open up a couple spaces in June, but I have all my spaces full. So that's really awesome, because now I have recurring income, because a lot of my private clients, especially, they pay per month. I have people who do the mastermind that pay per month. So as a coach, that gives me, it gives me guaranteed income in 2023. But I have already invested in my coach for the whole year of 2023. I'm also in my own mastermind for 2023. And that is all money that I've invested that I can write off for the 2022 tax year. And then in 2023, I'll invest in for 2024. So it's a really good time to be investing in your business, investing in yourself, because all of that is a tax write-off that you can use in this tax year. So if you haven't invested in something for next year, I recommend that you do it in December. I want to talk today about this idea of like embodying what you know versus teaching what you know. I was having a conversation with someone, I can't remember who it was now, but we were talking about this idea that, you know, so many people out there, you start a business and all you do is share about what you know. You just share what you know and you just teach people things. Like there's a lot of coach people in the coaching space, whether that be in the network marketing space, whether that be in the coaching business, whether that be in human design, like wherever it is, a lot of coaches, they'll share on their social media or in their email list, like in their content, they'll share what they know. And it's usually like teachable things, right? But I think we're moving away from this. I really do feel that people don't really care anymore what you know. They really don't. What people care about in 2022 is how you, the authority of what you're talking about, embodies what it is that you're talking about. Let me explain. So it's one thing if you are, let's say you are a human design coach. Okay. You coach on human design. Let's say you do that. And every day you just share information about human design. That's awesome. It's shareable content. You're going to get people to share your stuff and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm a manifester or I'm a generator. I'm going to share this. That's awesome. Like obviously for your content and your social media growth, posting shareable and savable content is amazing. But it's not always going to lead to sales. And I think the reason why there's that disconnect where they're like, people are really liking my content. I see people showing up. I see people liking what I'm posting, but nobody's buying. I think the reason why nobody's buying is because there's a lack of embodiment. And that's not to say that you don't embody what you teach. I believe that you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to teach it. But I think we're not showing that enough, right? We're not showing the embodiment piece. If I, as a business coach, business lifestyle coach, like quantum coach, whatever you think of me as, and I only say that because I have clients that we hardly talk about business. We talk about life. We talk about marriage. We talk about relationships. We talk about all these other things. And it's awesome. So anyway, I think if all I was doing on my social media was like sharing like top 5 ways to grow your income, or if I was posting like, here are the apps that I use. And I'm not saying I don't post that stuff. Like I definitely do still post teachable moments, but I'm also sharing constantly how I embody what it is that I teach. So obviously if you work with me, I coach in energetics. So I coach in wealth energetics and I coach with human design. So everything I do is based in energetics, human design, basically ways to biohack your success. So we talk about biohacking our bodies. You know, there's certain supplements you can take, certain things you can do to like biohack your body. I want to teach people how to biohack their success, how to biohack their life. And I do that through wealth energetics and human design. Now, I don't think that I would be selling the way that I sell if I wasn't showing constantly how I embody what it is that I sell. So, if I sell courses about human design, intuition, authority, power is a really great example of this. If you are not in intuition, authority, power, we are still live in that course, and you've only missed a couple live calls, which you'll get the recording to, so you can always jump into this. But it's a human design course for entrepreneurs. So people who have businesses but want to run their business in a more aligned way that feels really good, instead of always being burnt out and drained and feeling like the work that they do is really hard. That's what intuition, authority, power is for. And I don't think that I would have sold out that course as well as I did if I wasn't embodying what it was that I was teaching. So one thing that I will always share, like, we're in the process of building a home, custom home from the ground up. And I am constantly sharing about that house and how I'm feeling and the lessons that I'm learning along the way. So, I just shared this to my social media a couple days ago, and it was like, I used to be terrified of the idea. Like, when we first decided we were going to buy a home, I was so scared to put down, because to close, I've already put down like close to 40,000, and I'm about to put down like another like 100 and something thousand, and I have to slide that across the table in a few weeks. And this was so terrifying to me when I first started to decide to buy a house, that I wanted to build a house. The idea of like sliding that much money across the table was so scary. And I've learned a lot through my human design and what's supposed to light me up, and trusting my higher self, and, not letting my ego take over. A lot of the energetic work that I've been doing, and a lot of the coaches that I work with, and the overcoming, the beliefs that I've been able to overcome and reframe through my own journey. And I embody that. And now, like, I'm so excited to send that money across the table. I can't wait, because I've learned that big money means big return. And you can't see big money come in unless you're willing to watch big money go out. And that is a big, big disconnect with a lot of people, is they are like, oh, I'm just waiting for the big money to come in. I'm manifesting big money, but then they're not investing money. They're not spending money. And if you're not willing to invest in your business, in yourself, in a house, like, if you're not willing to spend money, you're not going to make it back, and it's not going to come back bigger, because money is energy, and it likes to go out and it likes to come in. It likes to flow. So you can't just ask it to come in. And that's something that I've been learning a lot over the last couple of years, and I've been playing with. I've been making huge investments into my business. I've been hiring employees and teams and people to work for me. I've been investing in coaches and investing a lot more money than I invested more money into a coach this year than I've used to make in an entire year, is what I invested into a coach. And that's crazy to me. So every time I embody a bigger piece of myself, I'm able to teach that better, and I share that journey along the way. So I think that we have to get away from this idea that all we're doing is like teaching things, right? Because people don't really care what you know anymore. They want to care like how you're living it. People want to live the life that you're living, and you got to show them that. And like, if they're going to invest in working with you, they want to know that like they're investing in someone that they would like trade places with. Like, I would trade places with my, with my coach, like in her success. I would 100%. That's how I know that it's worth investing in her. And I watch the way that she moves. I watch the way that she lives. I see the way that she embodies the work that she teaches. And that's why I invest in her, which is why my clients invest in me. They see the way I move. They see the way I invest. They see the way that the way that I embody what it is that I teach. And that's why they jump into my containers. So I don't know. What do you think? If you have a business out there, and maybe it's a coaching business of some sort, or, even like a product business, like if you sell products and you're not showing how that product has like incorporated into your life, then you can't be surprised when nobody buys it, right? Like, you have to be able to embody what it is that you are selling. And I think that is what people want these days. That's how we sell more in 2022 and 2023, is by embodying more. Showing how what we practice is also what we do and how we move. I don't know. I think I've just been thinking about this lately because I see a lot of people teaching a lot of things, and it started to turn me off where I'm like, okay, but like, are you doing that? Like, I get it. These are the 5 steps, but I haven't really seen how you've done that. Right. Like, I don't know, if I have a coach talking about financial freedom, I want to see the example of how they're financially free. I want to see that. And I think that your clients want the same thing from you. So make sure that you're embodying what you teach. If it's human design, make sure that you're embodying how human design has changed your life. If it's finance, make sure you embody how the practices that you teach are, are implemented into your life every single day. And just see how that changes. Just see how that changes your ROI, your conversion rate when it comes to content versus people buying. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week. 12 Days of D is happening. Make sure you come follow me on Instagram at Danielle_on_the_daily. Watch my stories every day. A new one goes up. The secret offer is still live, and currently it is $88.88. Your clues are, it's your choice. The second clue was for a whole year, and the third clue, which I dropped yesterday, was any business level, any business. That's who it's for. And a bonus one I gave was, this is a value of like over $1,000. Like, this is a huge value, and you can get it currently for $88.88. So make sure that you come follow me on Instagram and slide into the DMs and let me know if you want that secret offer, because it is so good. And I can't wait to share it with everyone who's already purchased it, which is like over, I don't know, there's like hundreds of people. I have to check the right number. I don't want to give the wrong number, but I know it's like hundreds of people. So anywho, have a beautiful day, and we'll be back on Friday with another episode. Love ya.